Welcome back to the channel, you guys. In today's video, we're looking to get a little bit more height out of our F-150 Tremor, and that means adjusting the halo lift coilovers we currently have on the F-150. Now, for those of you who follow the channel, you know a couple months ago we installed the halo lift stage 1 kit, and it has since settled since installing it. So when we installed it at first, I wasn't experiencing any rubbing issues on the truck. Everything was good, but over the last couple months, it settled to a point where I am seeing some slight rubbing in reverse. Now keep in mind, we do have 35-inch tires on this truck with a 0 offset, so no surprise there. And we did install these how they came out of the box, which gives you about a 1.5-inch level or lift over the factory ride height. So we can afford to go up about 1/2 inch, bring it to about a 2-inch leveling kit or 2 inches of lift, and hopefully that will satisfy the current rubbing issue that we have. Now, for those of you who don't know who Halo Lift Kit is, they take a lot of pride in being able to provide you guys with not only the best customer service, but the best products available for your F-150 and your F-150 Tremor. And they had sent me over this kit to do a little bit of testing on because they want to improve on the stage 1 kit. Whether they'll achieve the results they want with this setup, we will see in due time. So I'll do a separate video installing this kit. It has a different spring in it. Otherwise, everything remains the same. So they have a theory, they want to test it out. And to me, that speaks volume on the kit that you can receive from them. They are always trying to improve on an already established kit. So we'll see if this moves forward. Stay tuned for that video, you guys. What we're going to do today is lift up these coilovers. We're going to see if we can get our desired height so we don't rub. Now, if we come over to the chalkboard here, this is what we're trying to achieve. I pulled a bunch of measurements on the truck. This is how I installed the lift kit from factory, from Halo Lift Kits. I didn't do any initial adjustments. They all come the same. And these are my heights after it settled after about 2 months. So from the center of the wheel on the driver's side to the bottom of the fender, I have about 24 7/8 inches. If I measure from the ground to the top of my fender, which isn't always accurate, I have 41 inches because PSI, tire pressure, tire size, it's all going to change that. But this measurement should stay true no matter what wheel size, tire size you have. So this is a measurement you can go off of, and I have 24 7/8. On my passenger side, I have 24 5/8 and 40 3/4 from the ground. So I have about a 1/4 inch difference between the driver and the passenger side, and I want to try to make that even. So we're going to do 2 turns today on the driver's side and 3 turns on the passenger side. That might even change 3 and 4 depending on what heights we're achieving. Typically 1 turn of the collar, 1 full turn of the collar is about 1/8 to a 1/4 inch of height. I want to achieve about a 1/2 inch of height today. So we might even do 3 turns on this one and 4 turns on this one, depending on where we fall in this range. But let's get right into it. We're gonna get the front wheels off the ground, and that'll allow us to adjust our coilovers. Now, this is a fairly simple process. There's just a couple really important things you want to do before adjusting your coilovers. You want to make sure the weight is off your tires so that your tires are able to spin. That ensures that there's no weight or excess weight on your threads when you're adjusting your collar. They don't bind. And you also want to make sure to clean your threads. Get a toothbrush, whatever you have that can get in those threads, get all the dirt, the dust, the debris out. It may look clean, but make sure you guys get behind the backside of the coilover and the backside of the threads and make sure it's all clean. Because if there is dust and debris in your threads and you adjust your collars, you could risk scoring your threads and cross-threading your collar. So we're going to take our provided Allen key, I believe it's a 5mm, and we are going to loosen this collar off here. And we don't want to pull this bolt all the way out. We just want to loosen it so that we can basically turn it without any effort. So I would say right there is probably pretty good. You want it about finger tight. Now, if you want to raise the truck, we want to compress the spring. So we want to go clockwise on this collar here to compress the spring. If you want to lower your truck, you want to loosen the spring. You want it to be looser, so you want to go left. So we're going to go clockwise because we want to lift our truck. And then once we have our collar loosened off, we have our spanner wrench, and this just sits on the collar like this, and then you put your wrench in there and you just give it a good turn. And then, you know, if you want to, this is for if you're tightening it. So we're going clockwise, this is to raise your vehicle. If you want to lower your vehicle, you have to switch this around and you have to go to the left counterclockwise, and then this will lower your vehicle. But because we want to lift our truck, we are going to go clockwise. So we're going to start on this side here. And like I said earlier, I'm trying to achieve 2 to 3 full turns on this guy. So I want this bolt to come full circle back around. That's 1 turn. We're going to go again, and that's another turn. And we want this bolt to end up center all the time so we can easily tighten it and loosen it for the next time. So I'm actually going to use my torque bar because it has the ratchet feature on it. And we are tightening it, so set to about 150 foot-pounds. I shouldn't crack it at that point. Put it on, and then we'll try to turn this here. And there she goes. Okay, there. Then when we max out, we just reset our spanner wrench, just like that, and then we go again. And then we're back at center. So that's 1 full turn, and that's about 1/8 to 1/4 inch of height. And I'm gonna do 3 turns on this side, I've decided, and 4 turns on the passenger side. We're gonna go a little bit higher because I really wanna see how much it sacrifices the ride quality by going up that extra turn. And I went ahead and threw some blue painter's tape on the spanner wrench because I do see some pitting starting to happen on the red collar here, and I do not want to damage this. I want to keep this looking as pretty as possible. And that's 3. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to tighten this back up now. Now you don't need to go too crazy on tightening this guy. You don't want to strip the threads in here, right? So just nice and hand tight. That's pretty good like that. And I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Now after you're adjusting, you're definitely gonna want to get an alignment after any sort of suspension modification. You're gonna want to get an alignment, otherwise you risk wearing out your tires prematurely or other suspension parts. But because I'm just sort of testing this for the next week or 2 and then throwing those other struts on, I'm not gonna bother paying for the alignment. We're just gonna ride it as is. I'm gonna go ahead on the passenger side, crank it up to 4 turns, and then we'll see where we're sitting. All right, so it's been about a week and I gave the suspension a chance to really settle in, and we did achieve our 1/2 inch of lift. So with that being said, I no longer rub in forward or reverse at full lock, and our new measurement from the center of the wheel to the bottom of our fender here is 25 1/4. So we were previously at about 24 3/4, give or take, on both sides. I said there was about a 1/4 inch difference between the passenger and the driver before, and that 1/2 inch equates to about 1/8 of an inch per turn. So if you're looking to adjust your halo lift coilovers, about 1/8 of an inch per turn is what I saw. And at the end of the day, I don't feel like I sacrificed on the ride quality at all. Obviously, this is gonna be a stiffer setup going that extra 1/2 an inch up, but I don't feel it the day-to-day driving. And obviously that was one of the concerns, was whether we would compromise the ride quality, and I don't think we have at all. The other concern was the CV angles. So that's sort of my CV axle and how it sits right now. So we definitely compromise on that a little bit, but nothing too crazy that I see that sort of warrants any concern. Now, just because I went up to 1/2 an inch, which gives me about 2 inches overall over factory, we're still not close to level. One thing that you guys need to understand about the Tremors is that the rears on these trucks are ridiculously high, and you need like 4 inches of lift, even more, to really level. You need 4 inches of lift on the front to completely level out these trucks. So on the Tremors, it's pretty unattainable goal to level out these trucks completely, unless you want to remove the block from the rear, which I don't see a reason to. But if you go any higher on the front, then you really risk damaging any of your suspension components, your CV axle. So you don't want to go any higher really than 2 to 2.5 inches on these Tremors. But we're gonna keep running this setup for another week or two, and then we're gonna go ahead and slap these bad boys in as is. This will go back to being about 1.5 inches of lift over factory, and we'll lose that 1/2 inch that we just gained. But I'm hoping with this different spring setup that we kind of stay roughly the same height. So we got our measurements. I'm gonna write them all down on the board here, and then when we go and we install these guys, we'll see what our new measurements are, our new configurations, get back to halo lifts on sort of what we're seeing here and where this is something that they want to use going forward. Aside from that, that's all I have in this video today. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure you guys comment below. And if you have any questions regarding the Halo Lift Kit itself, please reach out to Halo Lift, guys. Kevin is fantastic. Their customer service is great. Kevin and Eve do a fantastic job answering all your questions. And like I said before, their customer service is top notch and they really care about the product they put on your truck. So as always, you guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.